A summer adventure with my family. Summer had finally arrived, bringing with it the promise of long sunny days and endless adventures. For our family, this summer was extra special because we had planned a vacation to the mountains. It was going to be a week filled with hiking, exploring nature, and making memories together. The excitement began weeks before our trip as we packed our bags and loaded up the car. Dad meticulously checked the camping gear, making sure we had everything from tents to sleeping bags. Mom prepared delicious snacks and sandwiches for the journey, while my younger siblings, Sarah and Jack, eagerly packed their favorite toys and books. As we hit the road early in the morning, the anticipation in the air was palpable. We sang along to our favorite songs on the radio and played card games to pass the time. Along the way, we stopped at quaint roadside diners for breakfast, where we indulged in pancakes and freshly brewed coffee. After a few hours of driving, we finally arrived at our destination, a picturesque mountain town surrounded by lush green forests and towering peaks. The air was crisp and fresh, a welcome change from the city's hustle and bustle. Our first stop was the campground where we would be setting up our tents. With Dad's expert guidance, we pitched our tents near a babbling brook, the sound of water lulling us into a sense of tranquility. Mom laid out a picnic blanket, and we enjoyed our lunch amidst the serene surroundings. Sarah and Jack immediately started exploring, chasing butterflies and collecting pine cones. That afternoon, we embarked on our first hike, a gentle trail that wound through the woods and led to a stunning lookout point. Along the way, we spotted wildflowers in bloom and heard the distant calls of birds. When we reached the top, we were rewarded with a panoramic view of the valley below, bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun. Back at the campground, we gathered around a crackling campfire. Dad taught us how to roast marshmallows to perfection, and we made s'mores, gooey chocolate and marshmallow sandwiches sandwiched between graham crackers. We laughed and told stories late into the night, the stars twinkling brightly overhead. The next morning, we woke up to the smell of pancakes cooking on a portable stove. Breakfast was served outdoors, with a backdrop of towering pine trees and the chirping of birds. Energized and ready for adventure, we decided to explore a nearby lake. At the lake, we rented a canoe and paddled out onto the calm waters. The sun danced on the surface, creating a shimmering path as we glided along. Sarah dipped her fingers into the water, giggling as tiny ripples spread out around her. Jack pretended to be a pirate, scanning the horizon for imaginary treasures. After our canoe adventure, we spread out on the sandy beach and built elaborate sandcastles. Mom joined in the fun, sculpting turrets and moats while Dad supervised from a beach chair, soaking in the warmth of the sun. We splashed in the shallows, chasing each other and laughing until our bellies hurt. In the afternoons, we explored the town, browsing quaint shops filled with handmade crafts and souvenirs. We sampled local treats like freshly made ice cream and juicy apples from nearby orchards. Sarah insisted on buying a small wind chime for her room, enchanted by its gentle melody. One evening, we attended a community bonfire and barbecue. Families from all over gathered to share food, music, and stories. We made new friends, swapping tales of our adventures and sharing tips for exploring the area. Sarah and Jack joined other children in a game of tag under the watchful eye of their parents. As the week drew to a close, we reluctantly packed up our campsite, taking down tents and folding up sleeping bags. We reminisced about our favorite moments, the breathtaking views, the campfire stories, and the laughter shared around the picnic table. Our hearts were full, knowing that this vacation had brought us closer together as a family. On our last night, we sat by the campfire one final time, roasting marshmallows and gazing up at the star-studded sky. Dad suggested we each share what we were most grateful for during our trip. Sarah mentioned the butterfly that had landed on her shoulder, while Jack recalled the thrill of paddling in the canoe. Mom spoke about the peace and serenity of the mountains, while Dad expressed his joy in seeing us all so happy and carefree. As for me, I simply thanked my family for making this summer vacation the best one yet. As we drove home the next day, the memories of our summer adventure lingered in our hearts. We waved goodbye to the mountains, promising to return one day. Our family vacation had been filled with laughter, love, and unforgettable moments, a summer we would cherish forever. I hope you enjoyed this story about a summer vacation with my family.